Lauren here, host of Reanime Podcast, and just got finished wrapping up episode 13. And I'm here with our very special guest, Evan Minto, at Sign Bamsboro. We're going to have a very special segment that I've wanted to have for a while. So basically, my dream is to do a photo series of people eating, because one of the biggest rules is to never photograph anyone eating. That's like faux pas number one. So I'm saying fuck the rules, and we're gonna eat. All right, Evan, so tell us a little bit where we are.
We're at West's Burgers? West Burger?
West End Burger?
West and Burger?
West Burger and More.
West Burger and More. It's a burger place in San Francisco in the Mission neighborhood on Mission Street between 18th and 19th Streets. My first time here, they've got a bunch of like kind of weird, slightly gimmicky burgers. They got like a PB&J burger, which is what you got. Yeah. And I got the Oki, but I modified it because it had some things I didn't like on it. It had like some pickles and mustard.
Yeah. Like, are you kidding me?
Not a pickles
right,
mustard.
Whatever.
But they do have draft root beer, so I got that. And you got a horchata milkshake. So
show off your root beer.
it sure tastes like root beer.
Oh, and then we also got deluxe tots. So I guess we should just dive right into it since we already had our food, and I was going to get like footage of us beforehand and everything. So
I'm gonna just eat the burger while you talk, if that's cool.
Okay, so the reason why I picked burgers is because Evan is really big into his panel called Anime Burger Time. Is it good?
Pretty good.
Okay, and where he just finds footage of people eating burgers online. That's anime. It has to be anime. And he has a whole panel about it. And at Fanime, it was my first time seeing his panel. And it really, changed my soul. Like, burgers and anime, it's like yin and yang.
Okay.
So,
I agree.
What the hell inspired you to... Why? Why, Evan?
It's a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of questions about that. I'm gonna talk while eating, if that's cool.
That was the whole point of the show.
That's the whole point, right? Okay, cool. Same thing I do in the panel, actually. So, sort of one part of it was that I had made some jokes with my buddy David, who hosts the Anime Gamers podcast with me, because I did a bunch of panels at anime conventions about like serious topics, like background art in anime and all this other stuff. We were like, all right, I should do a panel called like the beautiful BURGS of anime, like just about hamburgers, right? Because like, I don't know, David likes to say like BURGS and za.
What?
As like semi-ironically, the way like bros would be like, oh, I'm gonna eat some za, like pizza, have some BURGS.
Is he
right?
like the Aziz Ansari character from
yeah, kind of.
Right? Oh, okay.
So it was that, and then it was also, I guess, partially inspired by like some time at Genericon, where a bunch of us got burgers and then went to the Vertical panel, and then Ed Chavez from Vertical he also got burgers with us. So he was eating a burger while doing the Vertical panel, and then a row of us were sitting eating burgers watching him, and I guess, I don't know, that inspired like it was a funny thing, and I was like, oh, what if I did that in a panel as like a regular thing? And I don't know, it was just a weird idea. It was just like, nobody does it. It's inspired a lot by like friends of mine who do like Daryl Surratt does Anime's Craziest Deaths, which is a clip show of anime characters dying. So it's like a similar idea, but just focused on a slightly different subject.
Mm-hmm. I didn't taste any peanut butter.
That's the trick.
Oh, I taste it now.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
Actually, the burger that people were eating that inspired the panel was, I mean, not everybody was eating it, but at least some people were eating.
Oh my god.
The South Troy Burger, which is a burger at the Brown Bag in Troy, a now defunct burger place in Troy, New York. It's got, South Troy Burger is like their infamous burger that is a double burger with like bacon and peanut butter, and the buns are 2 halves of a glazed donut.
Ew. I mean, the peanut butter is okay, but I don't know about the glazed donut. Okay, well, anyways, so speaking of burgers, what's the best burger you've ever had then?
Man,
I have to think about that one.
I like Super Duper Burger in San Francisco quite a lot.
Oh.
It's probably one of the more like flavorful burgers I've had. I'm actually, oddly enough, not a burger connoisseur in real life. I'm an anime burger connoisseur. I like burgers, right? But I pick them because they're like funny, but not necessarily because I'm a like #1 burger fan. It's just because they're like a funny food. When they show up in anime, they always seem to show up in like the weirdest places.
In anime.
Yeah, like they, I don't know, like they show up in strange places, and so they're just funny. But yeah, Super Duper is one I like. That's one that like I tend to eat at a lot. I take friends to eat at Super Duper when they come to San Francisco. It's like a chain, like a local chain.
Oh. Do you have a favorite food anime?
I haven't watched a ton of the food-centric anime.
Wanna know mine?
I probably have well, who's interviewing you? I have, let's see. I probably have a favorite food manga. I like Oishimbo a lot.
What's that?
It's about like a food journalist whose dad is like he's like a food reviewer or some kind of thing like that, and he's basically competing with his dad. They're both like these food critics in some form.
Oh, really?
Or whatever. Something like that. They're both
That sounds kind of cool.
They're both trying to like construct some menu of the best food that they found or something like. I don't remember all the details of it. I just remember that the whole premise is just that they are seeking out great food, almost like a food travel show, like an Anthony Bourdain thing, but like in manga form. And so they'll be like, oh, we're going to check out this ramen place. And there's always a story wrapped around it where it's like the owner of the manga, of the ramen place is like, you know, got some backstory and it ties into whatever they're doing. Yeah, it's really good.
Where do you find all these, like I definitely always just want to ask you, like, where do you find all these obscure...
Oishimbo is not obscure. That's like a pretty famous series in Japan. You know?
So well, I don't know.
That's like to say Oishimbo is your favorite food manga is like not a weird obscure pick. That's like the plebe answer.
Well, I mean, like, so I guess you follow more of like the Japanese trends. Well, like, what got you into anime?
That was like just I've heard about Oishimbo through a lot of people.
What got you into anime? Are you embarrassed to say it in public? Mine was Gourmet Girls Graffiti, by the way.
No. Oh, your favorite food, not the thing that got you into it. Okay. Ooh. Pokemon. I watched Pokemon when I was like 10 years old. It was the Ghost Pokemon episode where they go to like a tower that's got all the ghost Pokemon. That's it. I was like, ghosts are cool. What's this Pokemon thing? I didn't know it was Japanese. So.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that's how a lot of people start out. We were just like, oh, a cartoon and there's little animals and like, oh, it's got like a whole franchise tied into it. And
yeah.
Thus, a generation of weebs were born. Like,
yeah, it's Pokemon up. And then like Dragon Ball Z and stuff.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay. Have you ever tried to recreate anything you've seen, like in anime, like food-wise? Are you a good cook? I feel like you are.
I'm not a very good cook.
I've debated this. I don't think you're a good cook.
No, I can make some food, but usually it's not like worth feeding to other people. It's like good enough to feed myself.
For you, yeah.
You know, it's maybe borderline like what happens when you put the wrong ingredients together in Breath of the Wild and you get dubious food and it's censored. It's got like the mosaic over it. That's the food that I make.
Oh, man.
I don't think I've ever tried to make food from an anime. I mean, I've made like Japanese food before, but I don't think any of it was like specifically based on an anime. I think one time I did watch like a race with some friends, and then because like the mom makes a bunch of curry, we decided to make curry that night or something. But it wasn't directly based on the curry that she makes.
I made the gotcha pork roast from Shokugeki. And it was perfect because my dad was out, and my dad's always scared of like weird modern things. I made it, and then my mom said that was good, but you shouldn't make that again.
Oh.
So.
Oh, that's a bad sign. Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
That means it wasn't good.
I
was being
think
nice.
she liked it. We finished it, but in the end, I feel like it just didn't hold up. Let's say that it didn't hold up. Thank you.
How was that chocolate shake?
Delicious, super good.
Yeah,
Thanks. Thank you.
Good guy.
Love that guy. He's fucking lit. Let's see. So yeah.
What are you doing to that burger? Are you like pulling it apart
I mean,
instead of just eating it like a?
once I get halfway, I start to like pick at it. Peanut butter on a burger is very good. Never thought I'd say that. Oh, I've got one for you. Would you eat a hot dog with tuna on it? I planned this question, so don't think it's random.
I don't like. Nobody can hear me because my mouth is full of food. You're talking American tuna or Japanese tuna?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna go with American tuna because that's how I've had it.
I can't stand American tuna, like the whatever that is called, the like canned tuna stuff.
Yeah.
Hate it. I can't eat it. It's disgusting. So I wouldn't have it on anything,
Fair.
let alone on a hot dog, which is not acceptable. But it's one thing of like I wouldn't enjoy eating it.
Mm-hmm.
It's another thing I find it like a reprehensible food choice. So they're two different things.
Fair enough. Alright. So we've talked a lot about food. I want to get into like the origin stories of Evan Minto.
Okay.
Like going back to like their first things of anime. Like, tell me about your weeb days, because I'm pretty sure you've had weeb days. What was like your cringe moment when you look back? Like, what was the cringiest moment from like your anime puberty, if you so will?
I'd like to think that my weeaboo tendencies were not all that bad. Like I had some stuff, but I'm not all that embarrassed about it. Let's see. It's kind of tough because I've never like cosplayed or anything.
Oh yeah.
So I don't have a ton of stories about like that kind of thing.
One time I cosplayed in middle school as Renoa from Final Fantasy. And the thing was, it was like fleece blue cow print is what I used for her duster. And I had just safety pinned it kind of around. And this was happened to be a day where I had like substitutes in almost every single class. So they were kind of just like, who the fuck is this girl? And I would always say like, I have to go to the bathroom and repin my costume. And they're like, just don't ever talk to me again.
For Halloween,
That's my moment.
when I was like, this is like before I even was really like much of an anime fan. I was just like a kid who liked Dragon Ball Z. My brother and I dressed up as Dragon Ball Z characters. So I was Android 17 and my brother was Trunks. That was,
Do you have that photo?
This is probably a photo of it, yeah.
I'm gonna find your mom on Facebook. Miss Minto.
So that's one. I definitely wrote like a paper about Japan in middle school or something, where I was like, "It's a great country. They've got this floating torii game and Astro Boy." I was talking about Astro Boy in middle school, so it's like a lifelong obsession.
Oh my god, that's funny.
I think probably my most embarrassing stuff probably was like online things. Like I made a Dragon Ball Z fan site called VVDBZ. It had a tiled background of Majin Buu, and I like extrapolated power levels, which I guess a lot of people did, but it was like there were the actual power levels in the show, and then the scouters break, and then some other people had come up with like extrapolated like estimates of what the power levels would be, and I think there were like some gaps where I then added some more extrapolated power levels. So it's an embarrassing thing to do because like who cares? Who cares what the power levels of all the Dragon Ball Z characters are?
You did, Evan, and that's all that mattered. Okay.
I think I wrote some embarrassing things before I really knew what manga was, where I thought manga was just like some magical better version of anime when I was like really young.
Did you ever have any OCs? Did you have like, but not just OCs, like OCs specific? Like, did you have a Naruto or like an Inuyasha OC?
I made a lot of Pokemon. Like, I made up my own Pokemon. That was a big thing I did.
Which was the best one?
I don't remember a single one of them. Big thing I used to do was make like trading cards, like Pokemon trading cards and stuff, on the backs of business cards that I'd get from like my parents and stuff. So I just take all these business cards and I draw all the cards on them and play with my friends, which was actually not even embarrassing. It was actually cool. Like, I look back on that, I'm like, that was actually pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of like, anime style art and stuff, and so I had like original characters that I came up with, but they weren't often like fan fiction characters. I don't think, even with Dragon Ball Z, I don't think I did much of that, and I was a really big Dragon Ball Z fan.
That's unfortunate. I was hoping we could dig some up.
Right.
But
no, mostly Pokemon. I definitely drew made up a lot of my own Pokemon.
Okay. At what point did you decide that you wanted to go from being like a fan to a content creator? Like, what was that epiphany that you had? Like,
I don't know if there is an epiphany. I don't think that's how.
Where
that
was
stuff
the
happens.
start?
It was like making those websites, making those fan sites, and it was just like that evolved as I was reading more people writing about anime and like listening to podcasts and stuff, and starting to take it a little more seriously. And I was like, I want to do what those people are doing, and I just did it. And it was bad. It was like really, really bad. It was an awful version of what those people were doing, and I just kept doing it until it arguably became less bad. And like, yeah, I mean, that's why I started the podcast, was I was just like, oh wow, Anime World Order is cool, and like Fast Karate for the Gentlemen, Ninja Consultants are cool. Like, I want to do that too. And then I made a bunch of awful podcasts for like 3 years or something.
Really?
And then eventually people started listening to them.
So Annie Gamers wasn't the start.
Annie Gamers was the start.
Oh.
Annie Gamers has been going for like 8 years or something.
It just sucked in the beginning?
Oh yeah.
I didn't go back that far.
Yeah, the first couple episodes are not good.
Rest in peace.
Some people listen through the whole thing. I'm surprised that they make it to the end.
They're like people who do One Piece, like it's respected to get through like the Annie Gamers catalog.
I apologize if you listen to the whole show. Most of it's bad. Or a lot of it, not most of it, but
What is like my dream was to do like some stupid video like this. What's like your dream content you want to make?
I'm always just really interested in like telling stories that no one's telling, like in my articles and stuff. Obviously, like there's just big interviews I want to do, like with particular people, right?
Like who?
I'd love to sit down for an hour or two with Hayao Miyazaki, for example, and just pick his brain on like literally everything, right?
That's fair.
People like that, or like Hiroyuki Imaishi, like just a lot of the artists who I really respect. It would be awesome to like interview them, or like Miyamoto or something, right? Like a lot of those people who just would be incredible to kind of have an extended amount of time to kind of get into a conversation with them, because that's what I always find the most like interesting and stimulating, is to not just like do a Q&A, but to really like get to know them and then let that,
like what I'm doing.
Sure, yeah. Like let the rapport that you build with them carry over and like provide that to the people reading the article or listening to it. Yeah, the other big one is definitely just to like find. I'm always interested in like stuff that's like kind of lifestyle journalism or whatever. It's like finding a community that nobody's paying attention to and talking about them and like exposing what they're doing and what's interesting about them or what's maybe scary about them or something. People do that too, right? Like for things like the alt-right and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So those are the sorts of things that I don't do enough of that I'm interested in, and I would love to do more of, I guess, in anime writing, because it's like, it's fandom and there's all sorts of interesting fan stories to tell.
What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you, like, with a big profile person in the anime industry? You don't have to name names. You can keep it at non.
I mean, it might have been just recently at Fanime where Shigeto Koyama, the designer of Inferno Cop, drew Inferno Cop's grandma on a sandwich tray for me, and now or a sandwich box, like a takeout box, and I can't throw it out now because it's like has a drawing by a famous designer.
I called him out on it too. I was just like, why do you have like a styrofoam box with like a grandma on it? And he's like, it's not just any grandma. And he immediately starts Googling it and he can't even find it until we find one picture that has her on it.
Look, she's a big character, but she's very important.
What even was in the box? Was it a
It was
hoagie?
like a crappy Philly cheesesteak
Was it
from
from
some place in San Jose. Yeah,
Was it Kogi's
might have been.
on the corner?
Yeah.
I love that cheesesteak place.
It's
How
alright.
could you? How could
I
you?
figure that it's probably bad compared to an actual Philly cheesesteak.
Fair. Have you never had a Philly cheesesteak before?
I have not, despite
Same.
being from New Jersey. New Jersey has some Philly cheesesteaks down by the Philly area. That's why I say that.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
You're gonna have to give me a second because I've just bit into the burger.
Fair. I'll say mine. Kangaroo.
Okay. I had fried grasshopper in Japan. I think I got you beat.
Okay. How was it? Was it good?
It was
Where?
surprisingly good.
How?
It was in Sumongo at a ryokan. It was like a lot of slightly fancier ryokan.
Mhm.
Well, then this one wasn't super fancy. It was, I guess, maybe like mid-range or something.
It was selling insects, so.
But they'll do like kaiseki, or sort of similar to kaiseki, the like traditional multi-course seasonal meals in Japan. I guess they're typically not as fancy as a true kaiseki meal, but they're kind of similar. I don't know what I'm talking about really, so somebody can correct me all they want. But basically, like, they'll have these, different seasonal local foods and stuff that they'll serve for, like, dinner and breakfast and stuff. And so for one of the two, I don't remember which one, they had fried grasshopper, and it's like a popular tourist destination. It's a town near like Gifu Prefecture. And it was like fried in soy sauce or something. And it tasted pretty good, but the texture was like super spiny and weird. It's a bug. It's like a fried bug. And so it's like, it feels weird, but it does kind of taste good.
Do you have any embarrassing baby stories?
Like stories about me as a baby, or
Yeah.
embarrassing stories about me interacting with babies.
Both.
Okay. I don't know a lot of the stories about when I was a baby. I don't know if I have any of those.
It's not like it was that long ago.
Maybe I was never a baby. What do I know? Where's the evidence? Someone show me the evidence that I was a baby.
I'm gonna call your mom.
Yeah. Prove it
Miss
to me.
Minto, please pull out the baby albums. Okay, well, I was going for that because I was thinking of the subject, what's the weirdest thing you've put in your mouth? Because for me, it'd be a blue-bellied skink. Because when I was little...
is that a Dr. Seuss character?
No, it's a real lizard.
What's it called?
Blue-bellied skink. S-K-I-N-K.
That's fine. You can make up whatever words you want. It's your show.
Real. So it's this lizard. I was maybe like 2, 3. And, excuse me. My brother was really into that particular lizard, and you could find them out in the wild. So he brings one home, and he goes to show it to me, and I immediately grab it and like put it in my mouth like I'm gonna eat it. And like my mom is screaming and about to throw up, and my dad's trying to like.
You weren't about to throw up though. And you had the
No.
lizard in your mouth, but you weren't about to throw up. That's cool.
I was
That's good.
about to eat that lizard
That's
whole
it, yeah.
and live.
Why didn't you eat the lizard?
Because my dad was like clamping my jaw open so I wouldn't bite down.
You know, if you eat a blue-bellied skink, you get like +5 to speed. Everybody knows
That's
that.
what I would
Yeah.
build too: speed and stamina in my stats.
What about strength? Helps
I don't
carry
need
more
strength.
stuff in Elder Scrolls.
I've never played that. The only games I really play are Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls Edition, League of Legends, and Pokemon franchise.
Okay.
But I am playing
Only
Wind
games.
Waker right now. My friend
That's a
gave me
good
his GameCube.
Yeah.
It's my first Zelda franchise game. What's the best part about Wind Waker? Yeah, I never played Zelda before this.
Best part about Wind Waker is a lot, but
No spoilers.
I mean it's fairly open world, right? If I remember correctly, in terms of being able to like go to any of these islands. The visual style is really good too, but like the thing I most remember is just that feeling of like the open sea, like you can just go in any direction you want, and that there's like just so many little things to find throughout it. It feels in some way, at least in my memory, it's been a long time since I played it, like it's maybe a similar feeling to like Breath of the Wild, where you're just like, whoa, this whole big ocean, where do I go next?
What's like your next con?
Anime Expo.
Not HydraCon this weekend in Santa Clara.
HydraCon?
HydraCon. It's the con.
It's the con for like comic book neo-Nazis.
It is like a comic like base
Okay.
one. It's by the people who put on Kraken Con that I staff.
Oh, I get it. Hydra, Kraken. Alright, sure.
Yeah.
Fine.
You should go.
Kraken Con
doing?
staff, those are good people. So except for her, but the rest of them.
I personally use my own money to buy you a water. Can you fell and like probably hurt your wrist or knee or whatever it was? Last Kraken Con?
I don't remember that.
Do you believe this?
I'm trying to remember. What did I fell?
Yeah, you had like tripped and you
Oh,
were
I
like,
remember that. Yeah. Yep.
And you were,
That was
I was
actually a
like,
pretty big
I'll
fall.
take care of you. And I went and I bought you like a $7 water or something. Or it was like $4.
Why'd you buy a $7 water?
Maybe it was $4. But because I wanted to take care of you. I'm very good
That
at
was your
hockey.
first mistake.
I'm glad you appreciated that.
Thank you.
Well, our burgers are done. And I had a good time. Did you enjoy this?
Yeah.
Tight.
Good burger.
Maybe next time we'll try tacos. Or maybe we'll go for ramen. Next time, if
Seems tough to do an interview over ramen, but maybe.
Mensho ramen, Mensho Tokyo is really good.
Okay,
Just
but how has that changed anything? Like, oh, but Minto ramen, you can do an interview.
You can. It would be even worse to do an interview there, but I don't know. Not like I'll ever interview this fucker again.
Thank you. Very good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
So, with that ado, Lauren signing off. You can find me online at the Reanime Podcast, all that, and at @Nekara, Necara.
I'm on Twitter @Vamptvo, VAMPTVO. I'm writing for Anigamers.com and OtakuUSAMagazine.com, as well as the print magazine. And you can find my podcast, the Anigamers Podcast, on Anigamers. And check me out on animeburgertime.tumblr.com, my brand new Tumblr.
I think you posted like once.
Yeah, like once or twice. I'm going to try to post a little more on it, but follow me just in case.
You could post this on there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this works. This is applicable content.
All right.
That's it. Burger Boy signing out.
That's it. Just cut it there.
Mm-hmm.